Pinky Marie here, back with my 4th stream of the day on GTA. This time setting up a bunker. In the last stream I forgot to show you how to sell the supplies from the motorcycle club, so I might incorporate that into this one as well. So to start, I'm also playing Sara. I don't know if I mentioned that. I have a very short-term memory. So we go to travel, no, not travel and transport, what am I doing? Money, then we go to foreclosures. See, foreclosures. We enter the site. Up here, look, you see it's got a $sign. That's because it's free from my criminal enterprises pack. So Palito Forest Bunker. Ever wanted to give something back to the untouched woodlands that have given you so much peace and joy? Sorry about my voice. Have you considered 1,000 tons of concrete and titanium? I've lost where I was. If you're looking for that elusive dovetail between crazed militarism, I seen mill and just assumed, militarism and environmental diligence, you found it. Now for me it's free, but it costs like $1 million something for anyone without the criminal enterprises pack. And that's just me pouring tea into a cup from one thermal cup into my ceramic cup. It tastes nicer out the ceramic cup, but I use the thermal cup, so I only have to make tea every now and then. Okay, so bunker style, this will cost money if I pick anything other than the standard. On my Pinky's other characters, I have that blue bunker as my character Dread. You can buy personal quarters so you can spawn there, which is actually on discount now, 185 down from 265. I'm not going to get it. A shooting range, which you can buy. You can have black or white. Black is expensive, white's more expensive. So gun locker, you can buy a gun locker, which means you can store your weapons you don't want to have out with you all the time in your gun locker. It gives you like a custom weapon loadout where you can store some of your guns. It's really useful. I like it, but I have one on my MOC, so I don't buy it anywhere else because my MOC and my other character have some. And you can buy transport, like a caddy, or 1 or 2. Since she's an elf and the area's not that big, you don't really need the caddy. Like if you buy a shooting range, because the shooting range is down a long alley, you kinda do. But I don't, so I'm gonna just have style 1, no quarters, no range, no locker, and no transport. And now I'll set a waypoint, which makes the next bit easier.
So you're the buyer. I didn't think we were gonna ship this thing. Come down and I'll take you through the handover procedure.
Thank you, Agent 14. So, I'm doing really well today. This will be my 4th stream in one day, in the space of like an hour and a half. So, my plan is days where I don't really feel like streaming much, I might just come on GTA and do random streams. Some of them will have a point, like these are designed as kind of tutorial streams. But other ones of them might just be me just faffing about doing missions. So don't expect all of them to be tutorials or all of them to be with a specific point in mind. Some of them might just be me streaming what I'm doing on that day. I am also trying to get my friends in on my streams. So if you're on my friends list and you play GTA and we've spoken in party before, like if I'm familiar with you and we've spoken actually through voice before, and you're not going to mess up the stream by being an idiot or insisting you drive when you drive really bad, then feel free to send me a message asking to be in one of my streams. I mean, I want to get my cousin in on a GTA stream at some point, so you guys can get to know the person that I adore. That sounds wrong, but no, he's my little cousin, so I care about him a lot. He's awesome, in my opinion. He's a bit nuts though, so forewarning if my friend Morgan or my cousin Jamie join in on any streams. they might be a little hectic or nuts. I'm 27, but they're both a little bit younger than me. Wait, I can drive this around here, can't I? Yeah, so I don't even need the other thing. The MOC would go in here. That's that big pink truck you've seen before. I'll give you a little tour because I've got this, so I can. This usually goes a lot longer. If you've got the shooting range, it's a lot longer. I think they updated it because I didn't always have the shooting range, but it was. I can't even see. And my lights broke. No, but it won't let me put them on. Okay, so this is your main research area. Wait, hang on a sec. That guy was supposed to show up and talk to me about. He was supposed to get a tour off Agent 14. Unless that didn't happen because I've got a bunker on my other character. So he probably thought it was unnecessary. Also, yeah, this is the research area. That's the main entrance there. That red thing just to the left of that there is the door. So, I'll do a little loop around. That is a wall or a pillar. This is where all your stock goes, which later gets turned into guns and then becomes supplies, and then you can sell it. I'm still in a private session, see? Like this area becomes completely full with big crates of guns and ammo and stuff. Again, here we are back at the main entrance. Wish I could turn the lights on, but I guess that's because, you know, the type of vehicle it is. I don't think you can drive many vehicles around here. I think it lets me because this is a quad bike. So back to the research area here. Just cut through here a little. This is like a table where it shows, I think it shows what research project you're on, but I'm not sure. And most of the times I come here it shows Assault Rifle Mark II. That's the Mark II version of the AK-47, which as far as I know I've never actually researched or upgraded. You can buy soda here, so if you're low on health you can just come here and buy a soda for $1. I like Sprunk. Lol. Innuendo not intended, but anyway. I actually like E-Cola more because it reminds me of Coca-Cola. Or Nuka-Cola from Fallout, but it still gives me Sprunk. Okay then. Sprunk kinda reminds me of, what do you call it? Fanta Apple. Is it Fanta Apple? No, it reminds me of 7-Up, that's what it reminds me of. Okay, so if you get the security upgrade, there'll be cameras here that you can activate, and you can look at cameras set up all the way around here. And there's one on, like, must be on a really big lamppost or something outside, like a telegraph pole, that looks at the main entrance. That's kind of useful. Your gun locker goes here. This is the personal quarters, which I can't show you because I didn't buy it. But and there's usually a window here when it's a personal quarters. Oh, there's a window there now, but it's blacked out. Basically it has a bed and a place to change clothes. The beds literally have no use on this game, but you can lay on them. If you're big into role-playing on games, which I like doing emotes and stuff like that. Anyway, so if we sit here, we can activate Disruption Logistics.
Welcome to Disruption Logistics, your #1 armament redistribution resource, and surprisingly usable for a state-funded web commission. You've got everything you need here to track your resource, staff, and performance levels at your facility. You want to get moving, though, you'll need to start with some setup work.
So as you heard the guy say, Agent 14, it says business status inactive, pending setup, so we need to set it up. So we click this and press confirm, and it will spawn us outside. Sara does have a slam van, which I'm going to put flames on like the hot rod blazer.
There's a dune loaner carrying the requisite supplies and ammunition. Pick it up and bring it to the bunker, and we can get the lab operational.
Okay, because my vehicle was inside, it has not spawned it outside. I'm still the only person in the session. Sorry, I slur a lot when my mouth's dry. Because I'm still the only person in the session, I don't have to worry too much. So I'm going to request my personal vehicle, which is the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer, which should spawn close by. There, it spawned over here. Relatively close. Could have just spawned it here next to this. Oh yeah, there's usually a vehicle there that you can use if you've got none. I think that the game designers designed that there purposely. It's not always a Humvee or a Patriot. It's not always a Mammoth Patriot, but there's usually a vehicle there. Do you know what? I don't own music rights, so I'm not going to play music. Sorry guys, if you want to listen to music, Spotify is a great way to go on PlayStation. Because Spotify only you can hear. Or feel free to play music in the background to this video whilst you watch this video stream. So yeah, I have checked a couple of times and I know that comments can be posted on videos after they're streamed from PlayStation 4. So I don't see a massive advantage over editing and uploading videos that way through streaming, for a new YouTuber. Obviously it looks better if you have 200 people on your stream, and streaming is probably better when you've got more subscribers and viewers, but all the same. I actually like cookies. I wish you could buy this as a motorcycle clubhouse. I mean, you could have a separate garage, like this garage here maybe could become, it could give you this for free to store your bikes in. Or maybe you buy hookies as a clubhouse. Oh, they lost a bit stuff. And then you buy these garages here to store cars in. Like I would put these Slam Van Custom in. My hot rod Slam Van. Because it's a vehicle I plan to use when I'm doing motorcycle club stuff. And I'm gonna try and prioritize motorcycle club stuff as Sara. And bunker work I might do a bit of as Sara, because I will eventually need to upgrade my guns using the research and development part of the bunker. But for the most part, oh yeah, like I was saying in a different stream, you can choose to go full research, full stock production, or you can do a bit of both, and you can buy extra staff to increase the speed that you get stock or research, and you can buy increased production facilities for research or for stock production. So you can increase how quick you get the stuff. But I find that the bunker's it's alright to make money as, but I prefer doing the cars or the haulage work. Occasionally, if I've got enough people with me, I might try a executive search. I keep calling it a deathmatch because that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, but mostly I like the haulage work, which is why I have an outfit specifically for that on Pinky. She obviously doesn't have an MOC, so I try not to do haulage work as her. I could in this session because it's only me. Oh wait, no, I can't in this session because you need someone else to do it with you. You need someone else to be in the session that's not in your CU to be able to do it. Traffic stop there. This thing is quite upgraded. It's not fully upgraded, but it's fairly upgraded. It has bulletproof tyres and a fair few upgraded speed things, like the engine and EMS are upgraded to, I believe, rank 3 out of 4, which I would say is the street sports, I think the last one's called racing, the last upgrade, and I think this one's called street. I think it goes normal, sports, street, and normal, street, sports and racing. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got the third one out of the fourth, I believe. Upgrades for EMS and engine. custom maybe? I don't know. So I just have to drive this June loader back.
I didn't know it was you. Not this again, please. I'm not wasting my life. This is what I want to do.
Sounds like you're cheating, mate. You better not be.
Brand, my own company. I use my business.
I'm actually surprised I'm coming here. I need to buy a SMG of some kind. I could buy that one. Or I can buy this one, which, no, not that one. This one, which is like a Tech 9. Which I like. Or, to keep with the motorbike theme, I could go for this one, which is called the Mini SMG, but in real life they call it a Scorpion. I'm kind of tempted to go for that. The bit that's over the barrel is actually a stock. It flips out backwards and becomes a stock. Like, that there has a stock, but a lot of the time the stock's folded sideways and becomes a little handle to hold. I kind of like the Tech 9. Though the wood on this one maybe makes it more suited to an elf. I don't know. I'm gonna go for that one because the Tech 9 shoots slow. And I'll get the extended clip. Gold oh, I can get gold. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh, look at you two together. What a lovely fucking couple.
Shut up, you. Don't make me come back in and shoot you in the head. Okay, so for anyone that wants to see what that looks like, I've got this handgun. Because this is the gold-plated vintage pistol. It's got filigree on, so that kind of reminds me of Elven stuff already. This is the Mini SMG in gold. Actually, I'm going to try and upgrade my... since you guys are here, I'm going to upgrade my Mini assault rifle if I can. Oh yeah, there you go. Now that's gold too. And I suppose I may as well make it a hat trick. I can't get that yet. I need to be 75. Oh yeah, I have a 5% discount on a lot of stuff. Pink you get for rank 50, which is why my characters are the level they are. Suppose I'll buy a jerry can as well. No real reason, I just think it might come in handy. That's quite a good gun too. It's a Colt.
That is quality right there.
It's so dark in here you can't see down. Also there's a treasure hunt you can do which gets you a gold revolver. And it gets you a special revolver on Red Dead Redemption 2 when it comes out. So I've got this, the gold AK which I just put away. I've got the SMG. There's the gold AK. I kind of want to get this in gold as well. Sorry guys, I know this is awkward. It's just I think elves should kind of have yellow or gold weapons. And I think that's the last of the guns. So I've got, last time, the pistol. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I know, annoying. Sorry. There, you can upgrade your personal point of view, so you can see more. And then I've got this in gold, which I'm trying to get it so you can see a decent amount of it. Why not just do it this way? Yeah, that gold, that gold, that gold, and that gold. I could probably get that compact grenade pistol in gold, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we need to take this and deliver it. Do you know what, actually? Style. Oh yeah, also something I'll show you. The reason I have a hoodie is because you can put the hoodie up, which is kind of like a elf, kind of with a hood on, like a riding hood. Little elf riding hood. Anyway, so as you can see, we've got our thing on the back, our crate with weapon supplies. now everyone in the session, which is me, can see where I am. Oh, by the way, inside look, you actually do see the truck, the crate behind you. And I've got E-Cola, nice. I'll just pull up and take a sip of that now. No, I'm joking. And cigarettes. Huh, she's just like me. Cigarettes and Coca-Cola. Although I drink Diet Cola. And soon I'm gonna probably start a diet soon. And start, like, sit-ups and stuff to tone myself a bit better. Ah, fuck. I was trying to look so you can see like her gold her gold watch a bit better. That's what I'm trying to say. Someone told me a tip that if you hold X you can see what speed you're going better, but it doesn't work in some vehicles. I noticed a lot of people who stream don't actually, or that do YouTube videos on this game, don't actually go first person, and I don't really get why, because it's amazing that GTA added that in. Like, I used to play GTA on the old consoles, the last generation consoles, last gen, and there was no first person, and it was crap. So when I got PS4 and I got GTA on PS4, I was like ecstatic that I could actually go first person. It adds so much into the game. Like Benny's custom autos, cars that you take there, some of them you can change well, all of them you can change the steering wheel, but what I like to do is get a car that has like the slam van, which has like a pink steering wheel. Well, it has a normal steering wheel, but when you upgrade it you can give it like a steering wheel the primary colour of your car, which obviously makes it pink for me on my other character. Unfortunately my Dodge Viper isn't the same as that. Like, there's a line on it that's the primary colour at the top of the steering wheel, but the whole steering wheel doesn't go pink, which I immensely dislike, because for me that's like a symbol of who I am. The colour pink. I mean, I'm called Pinky Murray, as you all know. Pink is the one thing in the world, well, not the one thing, but it's like, it's an intricate part of who I am. So having a little pink steering wheel for when I'm in first person is, I don't know, it's just amazing for me to have a pink steering wheel. If I had a car in real life, I'd buy one of those things you put on the steering wheel that makes it pink. In a heartbeat. I think I could actually pass a driving test, but I don't have the funds to pay for like tax or something on a car yet. And I don't know, I get by in taxis and buses, so I at the minute don't really need a car. If I had more money I'd probably buy a car, but I'd want like a custom car, so the insurance would be quite high. I'd want a car painted fully pink with a pink steering wheel, maybe Pinky written in a heart on the side or something, I don't know. Like my YouTube logo that I found on Google, so I don't actually own the rights to that Pinky in the heart thing, or the Pinky's bit with the Z. I don't own the rights to either of those because I just found them on Google. At some point I plan on trying to make my own, but it won't be anywhere near as good as those two are. So credit to whoever made them, because if it was one person, if it was multiple people, credit to you. If the images are copyrighted and I use them illegally, then I apologize. But until someone tells me that that's the case, I don't know. If someone tells me that's the case, I will do my best to find a replacement. I mean, I'll change them to something instantly, but it won't be a good replacement straight away. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this, I think about the future a lot, and I think that down the line that could be a problem for somebody that I have, that somebody says you can't use this logo because it's copyrighted. It's like, well, I don't know, I got it off Google. Google says images may be subject to copyright, but it doesn't actually say that they definitely are. So until someone tells me that they're copyrighted, I'm really not at fault for using them. Google have their whoa, I went the wrong way. I'm gonna go out of first person so I can see better. Because I've completely gone the wrong way. Well, actually, I just have to drive it to the bunker. Oh, even though I went off the road, I got like a little in-game challenge award thing for not crashing. Yeah, I forgot about that. If you drive around safely for a while, the game rewards you. I think there's 4 tiers. Copper, wait, is there like bronze, copper? No. Bronze, silver, gold and platinum are the 4 levels of that. Fuck me, I nearly took my eyes off. I was lighting a cigarette and then the flame just suddenly got like twice as big.
Good work.
I think I burnt myself enough this week. Cheers later. I have long eyelashes. All the boys in my family do, but the girls don't, which is funny. Okay, so as you can see, I've got full supplies. So for the time being, I can't do anything, but I could go try and sell the counterfeit cash whilst we're waiting. I mean, I was planning to do that on the last stream, but I forgot. Oh, that leads to the shooting range, which we don't have. So the door's blocked off. There's no point in me buying the shooting range because I don't like it. You probably pay extra money for your service staff, like your maintenance people, when it takes money off you every in-game day for something that I'm not going to use. And there's a shooting range at ammunition if I really wanted a shooting range. The ammunition in Los Santos, City of the Saints. That's what Los Santos means, like LA stands for Los Angeles,
Okay, setups
which is
complete.
the City of
Get
Angels.
started. You'll be resupplying the lab so they can research new weapon technologies or manufacture arms for you to sell. Full disclosure, this is kind of a gray area legally and a red flag to bad actors, so expect attention. Make sure you can handle it and utilize security upgrades as they prove necessary. Your goal, as well as ours, is making this a profitable business.
Yeah, profitable business, my butt. Anyway, you can sort of make money from this, but the car money is so much quicker. Which is why I tried to make most of my money on my main character who has the vehicle warehouse that you've seen in a previous stream. Because by far that is the fastest way that I've seen to make any money. You just steal a car, customize it a little and sell it, and that's it really. So as you see, sell success Blaine County and Los Santos. So I'm in Blaine County at the minute, aka Sandy Shores as I call it. Why do I hear like... that must be the machines in the background working on the supplies. So you can sell nearby and get less money, or you can sell further away. In this case, further away would be Los Santos, and get more money. It tells you how many guns you've manufactured, how many of the research projects you've completed. So if I go manage staff here, actually let's go to upgrades first. You can buy equipment upgrade, which increases the manufacturing and research times. It improves the overall value of your stock and allows your supplies to stretch further. So basically you get more for your supplies. Staff upgrade increases your, basically both things. Like, say you set your staff to research, it'll increase your research. If you set it to stock, it'll increase stock. If you set it to both, it'll increase both, but at a lesser degree, probably. So it says here, purchase this upgrade to hire more staff. This will speed up your manufacturing and research times and improve the overall value of your stock. Okay, so those two increase the value of your stock. Okay, I heard that the security upgrade is really unnecessary. The only... oh, and they're all discounted at the minute. The only proper reason I mean, I bought the security upgrade at that price, 361,000, on my Pinky's Other Characters account on PlayStation. And I heard that it's really useless, that no one ever attacks you and the police don't attack you or anything. So I heard that there's literally no reason to have that at all. I mean, aside, like having the cameras so you can see who's outside your bunker if the bunker is somewhere you choose to spawn. If you have the personal quarters upgrade is kind of useful because you can check who's outside, but you can just press down twice on the D-pad to make your map big to see. But you can, apparently, I don't know if this is exactly true, but I think you can see, like, live as it happens what's going on outside. So that could be useful. But here it says, purchase this upgrade to install security personnel and surveillance equipment. This will reduce the likelihood of your stock being stolen by enemies. Now we manage
Take a
the
look at the
staff.
staff management page to assign your technicians to research or manufacture. If you use your supplies for research, you'll gain access to unique modifications for your vehicles and weapons. Current research progress can be tracked on the research page along with the records of all the schematics you've developed.
Okay, so now currently they're set to manufacturing to make me money, but I really don't care about that. So the research is what the bunkers, it's like the bunker's only use aside from having the MOC, which you need to upgrade quite a few armored vehicles and weaponized vehicles. So I'm going to set them all to research, which means that stock won't go up at all, but research should, and everyone will start dressing as those. Manufacturing, let's just quickly change this. Manufacturing makes them look like this, like cheap Merryweather guys. I'm going to go to research, and you'll see that the guys that just stood around randomly doing stuff and glitching out, that's because I've just changed it. And when I leave and come back, they'll actually be doing stuff instead of just like doing weird stuff. You can assign to both as well, like I say, if you want research and supplies. But for me, since I make money on my other character instead, I don't need manufacturing because I don't need to make money. So I assign to research here, and then they'll just research things. So if we go to the research tab, these are the stuff you can unlock. Let me go off it, right. So you can see here, that's a SAM, surface to air missiles for your, well, I think the surface to air. I've actually never used them, but you could probably shoot cars as well for your APC missiles. You can spawn in like a juggernaut suit with a minigun. I think that's the half-track anti-air stuff. That's for the weaponized tamper. You can get 2 miniguns instead of 2 machine guns. I don't know what that one's for. Probably for the barrage, which is like a big jeep thing. That's probably more guns for, maybe for the tamper, I'm not sure. That might be armor for the tamper, or maybe for the Dukes of Death, I don't know. You can get a grenade launcher on one of your vehicles, a minigun. Oh wait, is that the Dune buggy? That's definitely the Dune buggy here. You can change to a minigun, which makes the Dune buggy a lot more effective. I think this is for the Karin Technical, which is a pickup truck. You can get a minigun. That looks like another type of minigun, or a Gatling gun. A rotary cannon of sorts. That's armor for the Insurgent, I think. I'm not sure what these are. These look like ram bars. That looks like a bulldog, which is what they used, I think Saints Row calls the Patriot. That looks like armor for the Patriot, but it's probably the Insurgent as well, because of the gun on the top. And then you can get all different camo types if you research enough. That must be the half-track AA stuff. SAM missiles, unless it's the Chernobog or something. Alright, they're turrets that go on the back of your MOC, one either side, that can be controlled separately of each other, I think, from the inside. Then you have, I think they're tracer rounds. I don't know what that is. That's explosive rounds, I think, because they're red or yellow, or they might be fire rounds. I don't know what the purple one is. Orange is explosive, this yellowy orange one here. That's a holographic sight. I don't know what that is. That's another sight. That looks like a special muzzle, maybe it's a silencer. Scopes, a long heavy barrel, I think. So yeah, I mean, there's quite, as you can see, there's loads that you can research. And then you have mines, which you drop as your vehicle, but they take up your horn. Instead of going on your horn, you'll drop a mine, so be very careful with that, because I do it a lot and blow myself up, and it's very expensive, which is why my my APC does not have these equipped, even though they're only 98,000 to equip. I don't have them equipped because I always like honking the horn, and I screw myself over by blowing myself up by placing them and not expecting it, and then they go beep 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 beep, and that's my vehicle gone. This is quite cool, the skulls with horns. There's probably a real name for that, but I'm going to call it skulls. That one's quite cool as well. It's like a comic book, boom boom and pow and stuff. That one's Pegasus. I don't know what that one is, it might be Santa Nova. I don't know. It's got diamonds in it and like knuckle dusters and stuff. Obviously that's a zebra pattern. That's a leopard, I think. That might be like urban or something. See, there's loads you can do. Look, you can check they're unlocked, and these ones are all locked. So at the minute it says there's no current research project, but I can fast track the research as well for money, which means it completes it instantly, but they cost a lot of money to do. So unless like you buy the $8 million shark card, I wouldn't advise it. And you can shut down the business if you're sick of the bunker, which I will probably do after I finish all my research as my main character. I'll probably shut it down because I won't need it anymore, and then I probably pay less money for the bunker's fees, because the bunker costs $4,700 a day. In-game GTA dollars, it's $4,700 per in-game GTA day, which is extortionate compared to everything else. So shutting down your business, if that reduces the cost, which it should do, is a very viable option. I don't know if shutting it down means you lose your supplies though. Oh, as you can see, they've made some progress to research whilst we've been talking. Okay, so... Oh, and to sell your stuff from the bunker, it'll usually give you a random car, usually one better than stuff you own, unless like you own an APC or something and it's upgraded. But it'll give you like a random car you use to sell the supplies. So sometimes it's carrying technical, other times it's something crapper or something better. Yeah, like you see, he's just stood there doing nothing because he's near the manufacturing, because there was a guy playing with a gun before. Like I said, it glitches out. As you see here, assault rifle Mark II, exactly as I said. It's new ammo types, heavy barrel, red dot optics, question mark, large magazine, new shape, muzzle brakes, new tints, upgraded pistol model, I think that's for the rail, Shrewsbury. Okay, so yeah, attachments, question mark, prototype model number, blah 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 blah. So you get the idea. I don't think it always shows the one that you're actually researching. I think it just shows that to show that people are researching. And like this guy stood on the chair instead of being sat on it, because I changed them round. So I just thought I'd explain that little technical issue, let's call it. Okay, so I think it's this way now. It sounds really loud, like. Wait, where does that lead? Is that the one to the gun range? Yeah. Shooting range expansion. So I mean, if you have all the upgrades for this place, well, I think the only one you really need is the shooting range. It makes this place huge. And as I've aforementioned, the MOC goes there, and that guy there helps you customize your MOC. You customize it just like you would any other normal car at Los Santos Customs. See, bunker vehicle, workshop unavailable, store the mobile operations center or anti-aircraft trailer here to modify them. I've never had the anti-aircraft trailer, but I assume that it's pretty decent. I mean, it costs like at least $1 million. Oh, and I was wrong about the Kraken. I think it's between $1 million and $1.5 million. It's between 1 and 1.5 mil. So yeah, so I'm not going to sell stuff from the bunker, but we can go sell counterfeit cash if it has any stock. From the counterfeit cash facility, which is also not too far away. I'm going to spawn Sara's Sentinel for this because I want to show you guys what Sara's upgraded cars would look like. So if I ring the mechanic.
You need something, huh? One of your rides?
Tinsel Towers. See, I've got a Sentinel, Slam Banner, Turismo, a Coquette Classic. That's one of the other cars that's free for the criminal enterprises. A Huntley, which is a SUV. There's a Windsor, which is kind of like a Bentley. There's a Banshee, which is a Dodge Charger, a Dodge Viper, and there's the Dune Buggy with a machine gun on. Then these are the cars. I bought that separate, and that one. The zombie chopper's free, and you get a Vortex, I think it's called.
It's on the way.
I might make the chopper black and more like Lost inspired. So if we just calmly wait our... oh, and I got an antique cavalry dagger, because I thought it was cool. I was trying to go as elven as possible. Where's my car? Oh, right down here. It would have been better if it wasn't nighttime, because you'd see the license plate better. I wanted to give you an accurate representation of what kind of cars I go for Sarah. If it's like sleek, like the Banshee, I will go for it. Oh, there you can see, look, Sara. Black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. You know what it is. Everything I do it big. Anyway. And this being a Sentinel as well. Because I didn't get the XS, I got the one with the nicer back. I need to find somewhere where it's lit up to show you though. Wait. I mean, there's two types of Sentinel on this game. There's this one with the almost flat back end. If you ignore the spoiler, it looks like the same but without the spoiler, where the back's flat and it doesn't curve up at all. I like this flat version. And there's XS, which is slightly crapper. Also, I think the XS isn't like convertible like this one is, as you can see. I've always loved this car. It's also the car Amanda has in the story, Michael DeSanta, or Michael Townley's wife. Townley was his original name, DeSanta's his what do you call it? DeSanta is his witness protection name. You know, this time I will leave the music on, but I don't own the rights, so please don't copyright me, YouTube. I know you've been taking a lot of videos down for near pointless reasons. I'd appreciate if you didn't take this down. I make no money, so therefore you have no reason to copyright me. Flag me for copyright, please don't flag me for copyright. Okay. Like I say, I don't think you can hear this song, but I don't own the song, but if you do want to listen to the song whilst I am, that's what it is. Belinda Carlisle, Circle in the Sand. It's a song I like a lot. GTA is amazing for the songs it has on, in my opinion. Especially Non-Stop Pop, which has loads of girly songs on. Like, is it Rihanna, Only Girl in the World? Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world. That one. Like I'm the only one that you'll ever love. I am not taking that route to get through that sort of dirt path. I'll go the long way. Anyway, I want to listen back to that song. And this is what it looks like inside. In fact, I will find a place to pull over and I'll show you what it looks inside, with and without the sort of without the hood up, the roof. So with the roof, it looks like that. It would be better if it was daytime. You hold right on the D-pad, by the way, to detach the roof or convert it, since it's a convertible. So that's the difference. Also, when it's converted, the roof's down, when the robo-roof, to use Franklin's term, is down, so are the windows. See, the windows just went up. Okay. We best get going, we've got a long way to go. I just want, by the way, I don't think you can buy this car on any of the sites, the car buying sites. I think you genuinely have to find one and steal it. That's how I always get it, and then I just take it and insure it. Insurance is like 2,000 for a tracker, and then like 11,900 and something, basically 12,000 to insure it with Moors Mutuals, so if it blows up you can call for one back at a nominal fee. Oh, you're an ass. This is going to damage my lights, that's what I hate. That's the best thing like, one of the main reasons I like the armor is because the armor makes it so that your car doesn't get smashed up as easy. So your lights can take more damage before they get damaged properly. Oh, by the way, yeah, pressing right on the D-pad turns your lights on and off. So like off on the standard lights, and then on the high-vis lights, or the beamers, I think they're called. Now, why are you telling me? Sorry for dawdling, guys. I don't know. I just wanted to show you like the points about this car that I totally love. That I specifically love this one over the other variation of the Sentinel. This is the Sentinel, but the Sentinel XS is the crap one that I don't like. It's not crap. They're basically the same. I think this one's soft top. I'm not sure if the other one is. Like, this is convertible, but I don't know if the other one is. But I like the way this one looks more. Aside from that, though, I think they both are... I think they're both two-seated, like have 4 seats, but only have 2 doors. And I think that they both go the same speed. I'd assume the XS would be like the sports version, like Extreme Sports or something, but I personally think this one's better. Like, I'd expect the XS to be this one and the other one to just be the Sentinel. As you can see, it's a Ubermax Sentinel Coupe. I know it's Zancudo River, near Fort Zancudo Approach Road. I see that Bunker Series active job updated. I don't know what that actually is. It pops up a lot, but I don't know what it is. Because I don't think you can take missions from inside your bunker unless it means like MOC missions. Yeah, you can take special missions from the MOC. Like the ones I showed you earlier, which help you unlock the cars cheaper. Which I've already forgot where they were because of my short-term memory lapses. Yeah, why did I try it? Anyway, so that's Sarah's car. It's like a gaudy yellow. That's the standard. If you buy a car, you pick the standard yellow colour. That's what it is. And they're all kind of shine in the sun. It's not pearlescent, but it kind of looks pearlescent. So, yeah. Now, guys, we're going to attempt to sell the supplies. We've got a tiny bit of product, which I guarantee won't be worth much, but for the sake of this video, whatever it's worth, we're going to sell it. Even though it's only worth... Oh, actually it's worth 21k. That's not too bad. So if I go to Foxhen Enterprises in Los Santos, quite a distance away, I get 21k. If I sell it here in Blaine County to Pacific Rim Finance. Pacific Rim. Wait, hang on, Pacific Rim, the film. The finance department of the film, maybe, I don't know. It could be rim as in like rims on your cars, and Pacific because it's near the sea. So yeah, if I sell it here I get 14, if I sell it in Los Santos, which is probably like an extra 5 miles out, I'll get 21. I'm going to go Los Santos for... I mean, as I say, like, for someone who doesn't have a secure sort of office...
We on? Okay. It's a boat truck. Products loaded and waiting. They'll pay more for it if you get it to them quick, so get on
Okay, so as I was saying, I don't know how viable as an option for selling and making money these little businesses are. I assume that they're kind of viable, but I don't know if they're as good as the import-export thing for the SecureServe office/vehicle warehouse thing. I personally, like, if I'm trying to make a lot of money fast, I'll do the SecureServe CEO thing. You can do like heists for a facility as well, but you need more than one person to do that, so maybe that's a mission I can get my cousin Jamie on a stream for. Because I think they only require 2 people, so maybe I should get him to do a stream with that, which will get him the money he needs for his office. And I'll cut it 50-50 down the middle. And because I'm fair like that, I might even give him slightly more than 50%. But I have, like, heists cost money to set up, so I'd have to get recoup my fees for setting the heist up at least. One sec, I think that's my flatmate. I need to mute for a sec. Probably not. All your hugs and kisses too. I'm bad at, like, I think I have a nice voice for singing, but I'm bad at knowing the words unless I've listened to it like 50 times over. Genuinely, when I hear a new song and I get hyped about it, I will just sit there and listen to it like many times in a row. Obviously not 50, but quite a few times in a row, maybe 3 or 4 or something like that, until I learn the words. Oh, this game actually has some really good songs, like, it's got, Kenny Loggins, is it, Danger Zone? Highway to the danger zone, we're gonna take you right into the danger zone. It's got that in as well, which is a good song. I'm not gonna keep doing the disclaimer that I don't own the copyright to songs because I've said it twice, I think, already in this video. So, if YouTube in the future does want to say that this video should be taken down for copyright, I'll be like, well, I said it twice in the video. That's an anxiety thing as well. Like, because I have depression and anxiety, I always expect the worst. So I expect something bad to happen, and thankfully it doesn't a lot. But I, like, try and keep myself secure and safe without my videos getting taken down, by making sure that everyone knows I don't own copyright. I don't own the rights to videos, so I can't be copyrighted. To songs, I mean. Or videos, if later on in the future I have a setup that allows me to show you guys YouTube videos, like some other YouTubers do. I don't know how they get around that though. Oh, there's actually a pathway down here. Wait, I forget what this is called. Cats in the Cradle. Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Okay, so it's doubtful that these videos, I'm not completely stupid. I know that, like, with the sake of 6 subscribers that I currently have, I'm not going to get copyright flagged probably, because I don't make money as well, which is another thing that they flag videos for copyright for, on the grounds that, like, they demonetize your videos. I try and keep up to date with how that stuff works on YouTube, but obviously no one can keep that up to date. But for now, until I know I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to keep listening to music. And if you guys can hear it, hopefully you enjoy the same music I do. If you can't hear it, then I suppose that's good as well, because it means actually I might do that at some point, check one of my past streams, because I usually don't watch my streams again, because I don't really like that how male my voice can sometimes sound. because I'm trans, I know I have a feminine voice, but when my throat's dry or phlegmy, it doesn't sound as good. And I also know that technology makes your voice sound more monotonous, more monotone, which makes me sound more male because males are more monotone. It's a little intricacies in the voice that makes someone sound feminine, and most mics don't pick that up. I suppose if I had a better mic I'd probably do better as well, but I'll have to see how my funding goes. See what money I've got to do to buy a decent mic. This is actually my flatmate's mic, which I think he got himself a PlayStation 4, and long story short, was convinced, not by me but by someone else, that he should sell it one of the times he left, and he never really bought himself a new one. But he still had his mic, so when mine broke it was a spare mic, so I ended up using his. Although I think I bought this mic anyway, I'm not sure. No, we're not that petty. I mean, like, what I have is his as well. What he has is mine as well. That's how we work. Nice checkpoint time 0. Does that mean I'm doing crap? This boat's crap, it's not my fault. Like, I like dinghies, but I mean, come on. They're not the fastest, and they give me 30 seconds-ish. And 48 seconds to get to somewhere on the opposite side of this. Even at full speed, which is what I am doing. I never check what it's like inside. I always forget on boats. It's not exactly the easiest. I might make it, but like, you know, I probably will make it only there. Unless I crash, which I'm gonna not crash. Come on, speed. I got a need for speed. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, just in time. My heart dropped and skipped a beat. I'm gonna try and find someone to come ashore, and then I think that's it for this stream. But I've done 4 streams today. I realise some of them are small, but it's still 4 streams.
That's a successful sale. The funds are transferring. Long John out.
Long John. LJT stands for Long John Teabag, which already makes me think he's a retard just because he has Teabag in his name. Because I know what that means. Oh, I like this car, I might steal this. I always loved the Pontiac Phoenix. Imponte Phoenix. Okay, the reason I call it a Pontiac Phoenix is because an Imponte Phoenix is a Pontiac Firebird. Imponte, Pontiac, and Phoenix is a bird made of, like, it's a bird on fire. It's a flaming bird. So Pontiac Firebird and Imponte Phoenix are basically named the exact same thing. I genuinely don't know how GTA get away with that, but yeah, the Pontiac Firebird is awesome. Anyway, I said I would get to land, and I did get to land, so guys, thank you for joining me for this stream. I hope it's been helpful in some way. We're getting up to nearly an hour here now, so it's very well timed. I hope you like my other character, Sara. I mean, if you don't, you don't, you know. I'm not going to take offense if you don't like her. After all, like, characters are made from a person's personal preferences. So, like, I like Sara because she comes from she's my brainchild. She comes from an idea that I made. But anyway, I hope you liked the streams today. One of them is me, 3 I think is Sara. I hope you've had fun. Guys, stay awesome. Be kind to each other. Try and do at least one deed a day that makes the world a better place. And slowly but surely it will be a better place. you do a good deed, someone sees you do a good deed, they might be a prick and try and treat you like shit because of it, but they might also see that you're being good, and it might inspire them to improve themselves too. Sorry if I keep turning, that's just because the way I'm holding the controller. So anyway guys, you know, I mean, it takes one good deed to start a revolution. Just saying. So stay awesome, be kind to each other, do what you can to make the world a better place. I'm not saying make some massive change to what you do, just like, if you see someone on the street and they're struggling, say hi. You don't necessarily like stop and give them money, but just saying hi sometimes can make someone's day a lot nicer. Just acknowledging someone's existence can make a big difference. And it's such a small thing to ask. That kind of thing. So guys, like my plan with YouTube is to spread positivity and make the world a nicer place. That is a long way off because I only have 6 subscribers, and the occasional person that shows up for a stream probably thinks I'm a weirdo and then never watches another one of my streams. But that's fine too. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. If you're English, you might have a different expression if you're not. But my goal is for YouTube is to raise trans awareness, show that we're not the freaks we're made out to be. I mean, granted, okay, maybe there are some that are actually exactly what they're made out to be, but I mean, I don't know. For the most part, if you're a trans girl, you're basically a girl. The way your brain works is female. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you walk. Like, okay, maybe sometimes the way you talk is more about the words you choose to use opposed to the actual voice, but you know what I mean? Your brain patterns are more female if you're male to female trans. If you're female to male, I would say the opposite is most likely true. Like trans girls are basically just girls that weren't fortunate enough to be born as girls, and trans males are just men that unfortunately weren't born as such. I mean, like, when you consider the massive amounts of surgery we go through, I mean, there's obviously the big one. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm sure you can get the picture. Like, there's a massive surgery, then there's other minor surgery, well, not minor, but less major surgeries along the way as well. There's years of being on hormones, there's possible rejection from all your family, all your friends. I mean, like, it's not easy to be trans. If it was just like a fluke or a phase, I doubt many people would be trans. Like, if it wasn't something you were completely committed to, I doubt anyone would choose to be trans if they weren't entirely committed to it, because it is a lot of work to be trans. Like, the hormones, going to voice therapy, maybe even having your larynx shortened so your pitch is higher. There's all sorts of stuff you have to go through, and it's a long and arduous and painful process. I don't just mean the surgeries, but mentally it's quite painful to be trans. That's my plan with YouTube anyway. I want people to realise that not everyone is ever going, like, I'm never going to make everyone in the entire world think that trans is okay and understand what trans is. But if I can make a few people here and there understand, then I'm making the world a nicer place just by teaching a couple people. But also from YouTube, I mean, not just the trans thing, but I want to make a community where people feel safe, where as long as it's not rude, they can, or lewd or crude or something like that, people can talk about issues that are on their mind, and I want it to be a constructive, helpful community. I want Pinkoria, aka my channel on YouTube, to be a constructive place where people can just feel safe and not feel like they're going to be judged if they say something. So guys, thank you to all of you that are watching my streams and helping that happen. It means so much to me when someone watches my stream, even if it's just the one person. Even if someone watches it after. I mean, I haven't actually checked, like, I don't know how to check my analytics to see how many total views I've got. And I don't know how to check how many views I've got in each video unless I click on the video, which then adds one view which I have to subtract from the total to see how successful these are, but anyone that watches my streams, thank you, because you are helping me little by little. You're helping me make the world a better place. And that sounds like some preaching bullshit, but it's not really. If one person watches my stream and I say try and be nice to people, remember that people in the world struggle probably just as much as you do, maybe in different ways, but you know, that kind of thing. And then that person goes away and they've got that in their head and they think, okay, maybe I should do what this person says and I should try and do something nice for someone else, even if it's small. Just say hello or ask someone how they are, even if I don't actually care. Just, you know, the act of asking is a big thing, that kind of thing. Then that person, because you've made their day, may go on to make someone else's day. I actually have a story for you which shows that humanity isn't a lost cause and that there are people out there that do care, and that sometimes a good deed can be passed on from one person to another. So here goes, right? Me and my flatmate Norman, we were in McDonald's one day, and this drunk guy randomly gave my flatmate Norman £10, but we had enough money that week. We were not short of money, but this drunk person randomly gave Norman £10. So Norman's like, this guy just gave us £10, what should we do with it? I instantly said to Norman, well, we don't need it. Let's give it that homeless guy, this guy that we know from, like, kind of know. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're like acquaintances. We know he's homeless. He always says hello to us, to me specifically, and then to Norman. He's always well, I don't go to McDonald's anymore, because as a company they fucked me over. I got kicked out for literally complaining about bad customer service. They kicked me out. So I said I was never going back, and I ended up self-harming as a result of how bad the person made me feel. But that's besides the point. Maybe I'll mention that later, in more detail in another video, but probably on camera. But my point being is, like, this homeless guy, we got given £10 by some random person that we don't know, never met before, who's just drunk. He's like, here, get yourself something else, he said to Norman. And then I said to Norman, well look, we don't need it, let's give it that person, they clearly need it more than we do. So we gave this person the £10 that we randomly received, and then that person, not only was he incredibly grateful, which kind of is its own reward, but it's not necessary. Not only was he happy that, like, someone had took an interest in his well-being, but then he went over to some other girl that was in McDonald's and didn't really have much money herself, and bought her a coffee. So the good deed had continued through him. The good deed, we were given £10, we then give the £10 to someone else, and then that someone else then went and spent some of that £10 on someone else. It's just a little story, but it proves that good deeds can be continued on by other people. If you do something good for someone else, in turn they might do something good for someone else. They might not, and that is completely fine, but I mean, sometimes a good turn can cause that person to then give a good turn to someone else. What's the phrase? Paying it forward. I'm a little cold, so I'm shivering a bit. I'm going to put the heating on in a minute. But yeah, they call it paying it forward. So you do a good turn for someone else, and then that person does a good turn for someone else. Like, another thing, there's a YouTube video I seen. I don't know whose YouTube video it was. It was a long time ago. Sorry that I can't remember your name, person that made the YouTube video. But this YouTube person gave someone £1,000 who was homeless, which they encouraged them to get a hotel room, which they did. And because they got a hotel room and they were then able to wash and clean and be presentable, this person then got a job. And because this person got a job, when they saved up $1,000 actually, not pounds, sorry. They saved up $1,000, and they in turn went out and found someone who was homeless and gave them a hotel room and helped them go from nothing to a stable place they could improve themselves from. So I mean, in the world, good deeds do exist. If you do good deeds, even if it's something small, don't ever think that because you did something small and there isn't an immediate chain reaction, that person is not going to think about it and they're not going to change who they are and be a nicer person in turn. it might take a day, it might take a week, it might take a month, it might take a year, it might take many years. It might never happen as well. That is a true possibility, but it's better to try and not have someone else try and be as good as the person you are than to not try at all. I mean, if something's hard to do, it's probably worth doing. And another saying is that nothing worthwhile was ever easy to do. Like being trans, that's a great example of that. It's hard work, but the payoff at the end is gonna be so amazing. I will be literally a totally different person, and I want you guys to come along for that ride. So, sorry for ranting a bit. I don't know, I wanted you guys to see exactly how committed I am to making not just YouTube, but like the whole world in whatever way I can a nicer place. And I realise that that seems like preaching, and it seems like a load of bullshit, and it seems like it's not possible, but you never know. If I fail at making the world a better place, it will not be for lack of trying. So from me, and from Sarah, from me, she's not doing it for some reason. Ah, there you go. From me, Pinky Marie, and from Sarah, my character, have a lovely day, guys. Stay awesome. Keep being kind to each other. Make the world a nicer place. And this is Pinky Marie signing off. See you for the next stream.